reaction here. If so, when this gets over here, this could be interesting, but man, still going long next to the trend line just makes you go, ugh. We are leaving behind a little fair value gap on a 1 minute. Will it bounce off the top of this, come back in? Could be an interesting long, just made another incremental high, pushing the strong level, pushing this trend line. Can't break it yet. Can't break it. It's spent a decent amount of time here now. Seems like it would be wanting to break that. 17 minutes. Next thing to look for is this thing going to push down into here. Get back up. Do something like this. And once again, we are very nestled against this trend line here. It's hard to want to go long here. For sure. And if you don't like the trade location, you just simply don't trade it. You go zoom back out, look at the battle plan trades, and go, where do those live? And I'm going to wait for those. Nothing wrong with that either. You don't have to be in every move. All right, let's see if it'll dig down into here and give a ladder back, as we mapped out earlier. Can it dig down in there and give a ladder back? Remember, we are against the trend line. We're against a strong range that's been rejected a number of times. We tried it again, getting rejected again. Bulls are trying to break the trend line and that strong range up there. Longs are counter, small if at all. Never making things worse. Need laddering back. Short longs are counter, small if at all. Never making things worse. All right, made it to that next strong level. Now let's see if we can get up here and attack it again. That was the 30-point pullback. Right to the strong level now. Let's see if that's going to defend this time. So this is what we're hoping would happen here. For it to dig down into here, ladder back above. That did not happen. So you wait for the next trade. Let's go to a 4-minute chart. Let's pull this back a little bit. So battle plan trade 3, where we're most interested in price coming, is here. Let's see if it happens. As mentioned multiple times, it is real difficult to want to go long right near that trend line. You really want to see a bigger distance from that to be able to recharge it. Typically you get a 15 to 30 point pullback. You got somewhere in the middle and it charged it again. And then it came back there to the 30. Tried to have some sort of reaction here at the strong level. Just wasn't going to happen. So let's take it on down. Down in here is ideally where I'd be looking for. But of course, takes Friday's low and ladders back. We have to take that into consideration. So battle plan trade 3 is down into here. It was an intricate note on this one. I apologize for that, but ideally, my ideal portion is here. Now, if it gets to either of these and ladders back above the strong level, we're going to pay attention to that. All right, so it hit the first portion of battle plan trade 3. Now we can look for laddering. I'd prefer a deeper, but now we look for evidence of laddering. I wouldn't take the first ladder. I would require laddering. If it's going to break this up here, that's still got a ways to go, right? So let's require laddering or a deeper push. Our goal is for it to drop into here, or if we get laddering from this point forward. So that's what we're watching for, laddering above here, or come on and drop down in here. Looking for laddering or a deeper pop down. The speculator special in last night's battle plan trade was longing here, was the speculator special. Bears control, longs are counter, small if at all, never making things worse. Waiting for a second ladder. We haven't even had a first ladder. If you're going to take a first ladder, realize do it super small, know where you're wrong and get out. So we'd love to see a push down and it bounce somewhere and get back above. This would give me much more confidence for this trade. So it's pushing down somewhere. Bulls have got to defend. Or let's come here. Somewhere you got to defend and get back up over this, or let's come here. Looking for this thing to drop down into here. Speculator special was a long here. Bears control, longs are counter, small if at all. Let's see if we can drop on down into here. Come on. All right, let's see if we can drop down into here. Ladder back above strongs is the ideal scenario. You know, in the AM briefing, I made sure I specifically mentioned that this could just be nothing more than a lower high. And trying to go long in there is real difficult positionally. We want to get a further pullback from there to even entertain it. Which for me is the first areas here. And we have deeper battle plan trades. This is just battle plan trade 3. This is where my preferred trade lives. Below there, we'll pull up the other battle plan trades and see where we're interested in engaging in price. Bears control, longs are counter, small if at all, and you really want to wait for a ladder back if you want to be safest. If you don't like the price action, make sure your platform is closed. You don't have to trade this. Let's put our little box here. That's where we're interested in price getting. All right, so let's come to real-time George. Well, we finally got the drop down into there. We got a touch with a nice bounce. We got another touch with a nice bounce. We were looking for ladder backs. I took a couple longs off this strong level just for break even. Decided to stop streaming, go wash my wife's car, and I was waiting for the speculator special to drop way down here and take that long here. And so that is where I'm at. I am long off the speculator special at the bottom of battle. Well, it's not really the bottom of battle plan 3. Bottom of battle plan 3 actually had it going a little bit lower as far as where the bottom, because I would want to see if it got underneath there. What does it do with the laddering? Or you take the speculator special right here at the bottom of the range. Doesn't mean that I was correct to take that trade, but it's a high probability trade location where I expect the bulls to defend. And that's really the purpose of the battle plan. To answer the question, you know, where do the bears live? Where do the bulls live? Where are they most likely to respond? We had mapped out earlier a long possibility up here near the top where it came down to the bottom and only take a ladder back trade. It didn't happen. We once again got a big rejection off the trend line and against that strong level. And we simply did a further pullback. We came down to battle plan trade number 3 into the zone where I was most interested in trading. It was my preferred trade location. And here we are. So now the only goal is to continue to hold this runner, look to add to my winning trade on the reclaims of strong levels. That would certainly be a great option. All right, before I publish this video, I went back to live. Let me remove this. So this was battle plan trade number 3. It's in green because it was my preferred trade. Let me go back and add that real quick. So it had it getting above strong level and along here, okay? So we finally made it down into the box, having a very strong reaction there. So even if you didn't take the speculator special here, which is a high risk trade, as it says, that's why it's called speculator special, this would have been your other entry. I was working on this video, so I did not add to my trade, but right there is where I would have added to my trade. So if you didn't get long on the speculator special, hopefully you got long here. Congratulations, patience pays. Pay the trader.